Alright, welcome back to Menace Armament. Today we're going to be taking apart a 22 and I'm going to have my kid do it. Menace Jr. here.
Hello.
He just learned how to shoot this last year. He just barely turned 10 and now he's also going to be shooting the competition with me. In fact, if you want, why don't you go grab your other rifle and we'll show that real quick. We'll do more of a breakdown of his 10-22. It's actually the same 10-22 that we used, that I used last year. I was able to pull off 9s with it. Put it always flat on the ground. There you go. And so while he's grabbing that, kind of talk about the fact of why I'm bringing him in, and he's working on his own 10-22 and things of that nature. He's got a couple of them already. We've had some nice customers even give him a pistol that he can learn how to shoot better with and everything. If that customer ever watches this video, thank you. Now, what's the first thing that you're holding in the rifle?
I just checked it.
Did you check it already? All right. He's learning quick. Kind of scaring me a little bit, but come on over here. I'll move the camera this way a little bit. Now, this 10-22 was a custom build I did in the shop. It's actually even for sale right now. It's only a 16-inch barrel. It's got a cap on it right now, but 4x16 scope. So this is what he's going to use. In fact, it was one of the first guns he shot, and he shot it just as well as I do right off the bat. So he's learning quick, aren't you? Having fun with it? You excited to do the competition?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to put this one back away. We'll talk more about it, like I said, another breakdown video. Put the cap back on. Go ahead and put that back in the case and get it all secured. The one we're working on today is his for fun shooting around 22. It's an old 22. It came into the store, so I picked it up for him. And he's already done some changes to it, but we had some issues. So it's this one. Tried out the new Luke AR stock MCA22. And actually it works really good because of how easy it is to adjust your cheek and the length of pull, so he can grow into it and use this until he's an adult. This was his first gun right here that he actually truly owned. We put a bipod on there, nice lightweight one. This isn't his competition shooter, it's more go out and have fun. One issue we ran into, we have a 3x9 scope, which is over there. It's easier to close it if you put it on its side, like it was. There you go. And then, so, of course, make sure it's empty. Now, what we ran into was these screws up front here all stripped out as he was shooting. So, we haven't really even got to shoot this much because we've had one issue after another with it. Teaching him iron sights mainly with the pistol, but for the most part he uses scopes, and we're working on the iron sight thing a little bit more. But it's also about having fun and seeing why you enjoy shooting. So because of this stripped out, I could just drill these out, retap them a little bit bigger. They would be an oversized screw hole in there. Instead, we decided that we're gonna get a new receiver for him, a little bit nicer one. In fact, it even has a spot to clean through it and everything else, so he doesn't always have to take the barrel off if he wants to do a deep clean. So it's gonna work pretty good for him once we get it going. But we're gonna have him go ahead and put it into the Real Avid. Let me switch cameras here. Alright, as you can see, it's just right next to me. I am working on better camera equipment to do better with these videos. Right now I'm using basically webcams. We'll work on that. Okay, go ahead and close it in there. I had that way open, didn't I?
It takes a while.
Now, as you can tell, I'm using a lot of Real Avid tools. I've really liked their setups because even this vise, it's got two sides. I can get different jaws for it or take these pieces off. But I can also level it. So I'll probably have to do a future video a little bit more on that type. Okay, now we're in there tight. So right now all we're doing is going to take the stock off, and then we're going to probably adjust and take the barrel off. Probably should turn it a little bit this way. And I got my tools over here, but the fact that I can rotate it and everything else is nice, I can adjust everything. It's just, their tools have been awesome so far. I've got quite a bit of their tools. I believe this is already set up. We're gonna stop recording here for a second while I get my tools put together. Alright, so I'm back. Just to show real quick, I'm gonna probably switch cameras here. As you can see, I'm staring right at here. Maybe this camera will just work better anyways, but this is new receiver. That's the cleaning hole I was talking about to make it a little bit easier to keep this thing nice and clean. But we're going to be painting, so we're not actually installing this today. We're going to send the barrel off and this to get painted because he picked a color he wants, and that's what we're going to do. But you know what? Let's leave it at that camera. Let you take over. Do you remember which screw comes out? It's been a little while since you've taken this apart. Yep.
That's tight.
Is it too tight? There you go. Now with this competition one, when you're putting a stock on, you have to make sure that it's set to a certain poundage, and every stock seems to like a different weight. Like for his competition one, it was 18 that got me the best groups. If you over tighten these, they can cause you some issues. Okay, now this is where it gets a little tricky. Safety. There we go. Okay. Go ahead and lift it off. Want to help me lift it off there? Do you see what I did? See how the safety is right square in the center? That makes it so the stock can actually come off. Now we're going to take all this stuff off. So we'll use just a little punch pin, and you see all these pins? You can go ahead and put that down. Those are going to punch out. Even this big one in the back that a lot of times, like with this one, see how easy that came out? And then these, you can just push. You don't even need the hammer. Go ahead. Okay. Next one. Where your thumb is. I know you've done this before, but it has been a little while, huh?
Yes.
Okay, things can come apart. So, now we gotta get this out. And this gets a little tricky, so you're gonna pull this all the way back. And we gotta lift it up. There. Whoa. Good to go. Yeah, this thing's pretty clean because we didn't even get to shoot it much, did we, after putting it together? Alright, so what type of screws do we have here? Did that one fit it? You can try. Now what we're doing is actually taking off too small. Alright, we gotta find a better one then, huh? Go ahead and grab if it was too small, then we'll grab just a little bit bigger one. Put that in there. Yeah, that's way too small. That's too big. There we go. Go ahead and try that. I might have to help you because it's going to be torqued down. Throw me, see if I can break it loose for you. No, it's got to go that. Yeah. Whoa.
This thing won't go off.
There we go. I'm looking at it upside down and backwards here. So I'll break them loose, but you get it out, okay?
Okay.
Those are on there tight. There you go. Now you can do it. Now remember, we got to put all this back together too.
The screws take forever.
Yep, they're pretty long. Gotta remember, that's what holds the barrel on. Okay. undo the next one. I think that one's out.
No, it's not. It's not fully.
You might just be able to turn it by hand too. Okay, now, yeah, go ahead and start doing the other one.
They're tighter.
No, you're good.
I sometimes hate these screws.
Because they take forever and it's a tight fit with that screwdriver.
Yes. Not really the tight fit, it's just how long it takes.
Well, don't want your barrel blowing out, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Oop. Okay, I'll set this over here. Now what? Is there anything else holding on the barrel?
Barrel or this.
There you go. It's off. Yep, and we put some goop in there, didn't we? So, let's clean that up. We can't send it to the painter that way. There you go. Now he's going to dip it in acetone and everything already, but... And we're going to do this again if we ever get you a new barrel. Okay, good to go? Guess what? You just completely stripped down to 22. Wasn't too bad, was it?
Yeah, that's it.
So, now we can pull this out. Go ahead. You're going to want to hang on to this side. There you go. Other way. There you go. Alright, so we've got your new receiver, your old barrel. So I'm going to look at, we cleaned the snot out of this, so it's nice and clean. Oh, one thing I didn't think about that we're going to have to take off though are these sights. Do you know how to do that at all? You get to use a hammer and a punch pin. We're going to switch cameras too here, so give me a second. So now we're a little bit over this way. Okay, now.
Punch pin. I need a punch pin.
Yep. And this one might be different. So.
Is it those ones?
Well, let's see how it's in a groove.
Yeah.
You'll take this and let me see if I can get it started. You know what? We might have to reset here and try something a little different. Alright, we're back. We're still working on it. We did get the rear side off. He's going to take a few swings and see if we can get that front side off. It's a little different front sight. So you're going to want to hold back on the camera some, or on the hammer. Looks like it's moving. You got it. Ooh, don't hit yourself though, it hurts. Just take your time, no rush. Take your time. Do you want me to take a few swings? Alright. We'll practice some more on it. Okay, there's that. Now, this band. That looks like it's press fitted, so we're going to let it be. Maybe we'll just paint right over it. Where'd you put that sight? Okay. We got to keep our stuff together, huh? I don't want to cause any more damage, so I think we're good.
Just so you know, guys, in the future videos, I'm probably not going to talk as much.
We've, let's see here. Yeah, I kind of warned him that I was going to put him on a lot of videos, and sooner or later he wants to actually make his own videos. So
Yep.
we'll see. He's learning with me on this, because, yup. But, let's see here. Alright, I think for now, that's going to be it. Let me switch cameras here. For now, that's probably going to be it for this video. In the future, here soon, once we get this back from being painted, we're going to put it all back together. We've got a few new parts to put on there. The sights I'm not too worried about because he doesn't use those too often. If you want, you can grab your scope. It's right there. But we're going to install a scope on there with scope mount and everything. And this is his scope right here. Bushnell 3x9. It's actually a pretty nice scope. It's a little bit older model, but it does really well. I shot it, my first competition, got last, because when you're shooting at a target at 50 yards, it's only this big, basically the size of a dime. Let me get my finger in the right spot. It's a 3x9 doesn't cut it. The 4-16 is good. On my rifle we're putting together right now, I'm running into some issues, but I'll show you guys what's going on with that one. Hopefully it's ready in time, or else we're going to be sharing a rifle in this first match. But I'm using the Arkin 5x25, and then hopefully, because it's a bolt action, that's why he's going to use the 10-22, a little bit easier for him, a little bit funner, you know. Got to learn and start somewhere, right? So yeah, we're going to clean up. I mean, for the most part, that was it. Just kind of showing little bits about taking 10-22 apart and go from there. All right. Thank you for watching.
Bye, everybody.
There you go. Now you can say bye.
Bye, everybody.